Hi, my darlings. I'm Sophie Darling, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are reacting to episode 21 of series 1 of Apothecary Diaries. Last episode, we just had it confirmed Jinchi is not a eunuch. He is taking a potion to essentially suppress his masculinity and has been doing so for a while. Not just that, but he's also beginning to suspect that the son of Aldua could be alive, which means he could begin to suspect that he is not the Empress Dowager's son, that he is Aldua's and the current Emperor's son. Maybe he already has begun to suspect that because he was very close with Aldua. He was drinking with her. He was visibly upset when she left. I think he's begun to maybe come to the realization that Aldua is his mother and that he is not who everyone thinks he is. But as well, we know that Zuriel is alive. Mau Mau loves the fact that she's alive because she wants to know more about this resurrection medicine. And I'm curious as to whether she was testing Mau Mau because she wants Mau Mau to know the truth, or whether she thinks that Mau Mau wouldn't be able to discover it. Maybe she's playing games herself and she thinks it'd be fun to tease Mau Mau with some aspect of the truth. She would have gotten away with it if not for the fact that Mau Mau did put things together, and Mau Mau also put together the fact that the Morning Glories could be used as a form of resurrection medicine. It's kind of crazy. I think she was playing a little game with Mau Mau to see how good Mau Mau actually is at uncovering the truth. I don't know if she wants Mau Mau to know, because then it would put her in danger because she's involved in it all. So why would she want to be caught? I think it's just her way of like playing a game with Mau Mau. Like she knows that it's all going to come to fruition, but it has to be someone at court. Someone at court is pulling strings. I can't decide if it's Lulan or Lolan. I think it's Lolan, like low. But I keep saying Lulan, and I'm like, it's not Lulan. Lolan. I think it's her dad. There's been quite a few hints. And we'll also find out if Gyoki is pregnant because Mama has gone back to the rear palace. She gets to test for poison again, so she's excited and happy about that. But we may get another little baby. I wonder if it'll be a boy this time. And then technically there is an heir, but Jinchi is set to inherit. But whether Jinchi wants to inherit is another thing. Jinchi could, if he knew the truth, abdicate, because I don't think Jinchi would want to be emperor. I think Jinchi would rather live a life of peace and contentment than have to thrive in this viper nest that is court life. And I think potentially he may decide to abdicate. I think it's maybe not what he would want for his life, but what he would want for himself, that he could end up taking on the mask of Jinchi for the foreseeable, especially if becoming emperor rules out having a life with Mau Mau. I think he would pick Mau Mau over a throne any day of the week because he's so down bad for her, and I love it. Either way, things are moving. I don't trust Lolan. I don't trust her dad. I think there's something going on there. I think he's puppeteering her for his own attempts to grasp at power. It's all a little sus, but without further ado, we're going to get into episode 21 and try and learn more about this mystery. Oh yeah, one of the 3 princesses got bought out.
他に頼んで、もし薬をすり替えられたらどうしましょうか。宮廷の医局では薬の管理が不十分だったことで減給の罰を受けた医官もいるそうです。
Oh, I love the way they like draw him as a little mouse. I love their little relationship dynamic. They're so sweet with one another.
やっぱ疲れた時は甘いものだね。
このおっさんボンボンだよな。当たり前のように紙を皿に。いい紙使ってますね。
お、わかるかい？うちの実家が村をまとめて作っているんだ。すごいだろう。
すごいですね。 知り合い価格で安くしてもらえないだろう
Like,
か。
I want to write on this paper. It's good paper.
子供の頃は好きなお菓子を何でも買ってもらえたな。
Oh,
でも先帝の母君が木の伐採を禁じてからはうまくいかなくなってしまってね。
it's never the previous emperor. It's always the previous
姉さんが航空
empress
に行っちゃって
dowager.
妹まで行くなんて言うから代わりに私がここへ来たんだ。なり手が少ない宦官の方が高く売れたんだよ。結局姉さんとは会津じまいだけどね。
Oh,
思ったより苦労してんだな。
you can't make assumptions about people. I love that instead of allowing his younger sister to become a servant in the real palace because it was worth more money and it would give his younger sister a better life. Oh, what a sweet guy. He sacrificed his potential to have a family and to volunteer to go through such intense pain and the hormonal imbalance that will occur as well, just to prevent his sister from having to become a servant, to give her an opportunity to live a better life is just so heart-wrenching. He's such a sweet guy. He's a bit of a scaredy cat, but like he's so sweet. I love that we get to know a little bit more about him as well. Sounds as if the previous Empress Dowager was puppeteering her son. Everything we hear is always something being ordered or orchestrated by the previous Empress Dowager, never the previous emperor, almost as if like he was too busy lusting after literal children and his mother was running the empire, was running the palace. That's how it comes across, that she's the reason Mama's dad is a eunuch. She's the reason his family went bankrupt, which had knock-on consequences of his older sister coming to the real palace, but also him choosing to become a eunuch to save his younger sister from having to go through a similar fate. And it's her favorite that has pushed his daughter in position that was Outdoer's as close advisor to the emperor. The whole point of her taking that position is so that her father can try and push her to be close enough to the emperor that she can influence his behavior. Much in the same way that the previous Empress Dowager seems to puppeteer the previous emperor, it seems as if her favorite is puppeteering his daughter for similar purposes. Oh, he's going through a crisis, bless him.
妹から手紙でうちの髪が御用達でなくなるかもしれないって。
御用達ってつくとつかないとでは売り上げが大きく変わる。たくさん作るというと手間を省いたということですか？
そんな
Possibly.
ことするわけないよ。力仕事を牛に任せるようになったんだ。材料も工程も昔から変えてないのに。
Could it be the quality of the trees?
問題は表面の毛羽立ちと、あ、強度か。
ただうちは材料を砕く方法と海苔作りにこだわってて、あ、それは言えないよ。
He's like, I can't tell
こういうのは
you.
ベラベラ話さないんだな。
Family secrets.
湧き水を汲み置いているよ。湿度を調整するためだけど、これ以上は秘密だよ。
牛、
Might be worth looking
そし
into
て
though.
汲み置いた湧き水。ピキーン。海苔は米の研ぎ汁でも煮込んでいるのですか？
いや、ちゃんと小麦の粉を溶かしているよ。
I love how he's
じゃない
like,
と
it's a
塊が
secret,
悪いから。
but he keeps giving information
今の話を
away.
忘れてくれないか
She's trying to help you.
い？ジョーちゃん、分量間違えているよ。湯飲みに張り付いて飲めないじゃないか。
That's
す
the
みま
point.
せん。飲みやすくする方法を教えますので、こうして舐めたさじで混ぜるのを繰り返します。
なんか行儀悪いな。おや、とろみがなくなったね。
そうでしょ。くず湯と海苔ってよく似ていますよね。
She's gonna make him think it's his idea, isn't she?
海苔もドロドロじゃなくなるのかね。
そういうことです。
そういうことって？
察しの悪いやつ
Oh
だ。
my god.
牛って口の中にたくさん唾液を
It's
溜めてい
breaking
ますよ
down the
ね。
glue.
はあ、
今日は失礼しますね。
I love how much she wants to help him, and she's trying to make him think it's his idea too.
貴女の身請け金っていくらくらいだ
Oh no. That's what he brought her here
水
for?
霊の剣かと思ってきたのに、やはり打剣だ。
こないだ六召喚に行ったら三姫の一人が身請けされるって聞いてさ
That's gonna be news
そ
to
れで
Mao
パ
Mao
イリン
though,
姉ちゃんの
right?
ことが心配になったと。
担当直入に頼む
It's gonna be a
い
lot.
くらだ
A lot.
難しいよな。もしパイリン姉ちゃんが身請けされるとしたら、古い馴染みで候補が2人。
二人
六召喚が傾いた時も通ってくれた高校屋です。もう一人はお得意の上級役人。まだ若く30過ぎ。夜の遊戯のお相手としてなかなか馬が合うそうですが、翌日少し疲れている点が気になります。
されるどういうことだ
パイリン姉ちゃんは舞踏を得意とすると同時に、夜に負け戦がないことで有名だ。
She wears him out.
誰彼なしに触手を動かす。
God damn, PAIRIN.
私が親父に引き取られるまで六召喚で面倒を見てくれたのはやり手ババアと三姫だ。
Oh.
特に出産経験はないが母乳の出る
She's
特別な体
basically
質だった
like
姉ちゃん
her
は
mom.
母さんに近い存在である。
She nursed her.
あの日々を思い出すともったいないと思う。彼女は色欲の強い女であるが、それと同じくらい母性を持った女である。
This de facto mom.
李白様は姉ちゃんの仕事を十分理解した上で惚れている。
Because it's not about what she does for work. He loves her for her. Reputation be damned.
身請け先としては悪くない。
He's also very young and
Yeah,
handsome,
Sama.
so
お給金はいくらもらっていますか？
is she gonna try and
何
help
出
him?
すんだ
年に銀1000枚といったところか。
足りないか
足りません。側近で1万は欲しいところです。
Oh my god.
六召喚の三姫の一人となれば、少なくと
That's so
も1万は
much
欲し
money.
いところです。
仮に1万集めてきたとしてそれで身請けができると思うか
李白様が姉ちゃんにこっぴどく振られる可能性ですか？
He doesn't want to get rejected. But also, he doesn't know if she's the one being bought out.
私が知っているのは、パイリン姉ちゃんの好みの体くらいです。
Oh, wow. Okay.
下もお願いします。
Uh,
両手を肩の位置まで上げて、力こぶを作っていただけますか？
oh, damn, Mao Mao.
こうか
パイリン姉ちゃんは何でも食べる悪食だが、それなりに好みというものもある。
Oh, it's getting hot.
では次、腕を下げた状態で力こぶ。
They're like, what the fuck is going? No!
武漢だけによく鍛えられた体育だ。これはいけるかもな。
If Jinshi
あ
walks
と
in.
はでは、最後の1枚も脱いでください。
Mao Mao, no!
あ、
お前ら一体何をやっている
ごきげんよう。人
He's
様、
so angry.
呼び出しに応じて相談を受けておりました。
なぜあの男はあんな格好をしていた
やましいことはありません。じっく
Are
り
you
見てい
sure?
ただけです。
何のために
何のためと言われましても、好みの体か調べるには実物を確認するのが一番でしょう。
好みの体だと
It's so weird that she doesn't understand how her words can be perceived. Jinshi's gonna pass out.
一番大切な部分を確認して、今後どう姉ちゃんに訴えかけようか考えていたのだが。
それであの男の
Oh, he's so
どうだったの
jealous.
実に筋性の取れた肉体でした。毎日訓練を欠かさない真面目な方だと見受けられ。
お前は人の体つきでどんな人間かわかるのか
Is Jinshi gonna strip down?
体に如実
Oh
に
no.
現れます。
I don't think I can take it.
私の体を見ても同じようにわかるか
は？もしかして
Yes!
嫉妬しているのか？
Of course he
なんという男だ。
is.
美しい体なのは知っている。実際意外なほど引き締まっていたし。
I love that she can't resist acknowledging how attractive he actually is.
残念ながらジンシ様は私の姉とは合わないと思いますので。
は
Has nothing to do with Mao Mao.
パイリン
Oh, the lovesick puppy.
なんだ
Is Jinshi
どうな
gonna
っているんだ
help?
名は確か人士だったか。皇帝のお手つきとも噂されているが。君は今、意中の相手がいるようだ
Gets him out the picture. It's
も
worth
し
the
かして
money.
あの娘、話したのかだからやたら笑いかけてくるのか。俺をコケにするのはいい。だが、パイリンをバカにするのであれ
He
ば
would
話は
never.
別だ。もし彼女を侮辱するなら。2万。身請け金を私が肩代わりすると言ったらどうする
Oh, Jinshi.
お言葉は嬉しいのですが。
Is it a matter of pride?
いきなりそんなことを言ってもよろしいのですか。うちの猫はかなり警戒心が強いのだよ。それが君の相談を受け、
My
な
cat.
おかつ姉に等しい人間の伴侶としてどうかなどと考えている。
My cat. Cute.
地方間のことはいえ、都で武官になるというのは苦労したのではないか。有望な官と仲良くなっておきたいというのは誰もが思うことだろう。とはいえ、銀2万は大盤振る舞いすぎる。
There's more to it. Jinshi's buying his loyalty.
あなたにとっては妓女の一人かもしれないが、私にとってはたった一人の女なので
Oh,
す。妻として迎えたい女を自分で稼いだ金で受けずして、それで男と言えましょうか。
he wants to do it his way. He wants to be worthy of her.
今後話をしたいことがあるかもしれないが、よろし
She's
い
the
か。
only girl in my world. What a man. Love him. He's so sweet.
心配なかったな。なんだったんだ一体。
Jinshi playing
どうすっか
games.
ね。いつ会えるかもわからない女に文を送ろう。ただ一方的に迎えに行くのではなく、
I love how
彼女の意
much he
思を聞こう。
respects her for who she is.
社交辞令でもいい。それを信じて日々の糧にするのだ。
Oh, I really hope they do get to be together.
自分の信じた道を突き進むだけだ。
おばばは何とか言っているけど、私はまだまだ現役よ。それに私、いつかどこかの王子様が迎えに来るのを待っているもの。
そんな感じはしたけどね。パイリン姉ちゃんに気に入られさえすれば、身請け金は銀1万も必要ない。
あの人が来て身請けの話をしていたから、それでカムロが勘違いしたのだと思う。
Okay.
あの人。
Oh. Oh,
ラカン様。
is he trying to buy
こんな
out
ところにおいででしたか。ラカン様。
the
会議が始ま
courtesan
ります
in
よ。
the annex?
青い装備。
Okay. Because it says when a certain someone came and talked about buying people out, I think one of the servant girls got the wrong idea. So it's not actually then one of the princesses that are being bought. What if it is the courtesan in the annex that he's inquiring about, that he wants to release? I just love the little relationship dynamic. It's not about what she has done to survive in this world. It's about who she is as a person, and he wants to do it his way because he loves and admires her. And I love that he was even about to fight for her honor. He was not going to allow Jinshi to say anything bad about her because it doesn't matter. She is everything to him. She is the only woman in his world, and oh, it's just so sweet. I think the flowers we saw are cherry blossoms. Cherry blossoms carry meanings such as love, solidarity, and also the fleeting beauty and mortality of life, renewal and new beginnings, love and affection. So I guess you could see it as a potential new beginning and the blossoming of their love and affection for one another, because he's admiring the cherry blossoms as his motivation and drive to be worthy of PAIRIN is pushing him to work harder and do better and earn more money so that he can be the one to buy her out, because it's a matter of honor and pride. If he wants to be worthy of her, he has to be the one to use his own money to do so, not the money from another man. I also love that when she sees him, she is also holding cherry blossoms, and then it jumps to her letter with Mao Mao, where she's talking about waiting for her prince to come, which is him, very evidently. So he won't need 10,000 silver, because if PAIRIN wants to go, PAIRIN will go. He just needs to make an offer and it will be accepted, because PAIRIN clearly has the same affection for him. So I think it's meant to symbolize new beginnings and blossoming love between the two of them. I hope that they get to have a life together. It would be very sweet. He is such a lover boy. And once again, Mao Mao is getting herself in trouble with Jinshi, because Jinshi thinks she's interested in him, and Jinshi is reassured that that's not the case. She's trying to help pair him up with her sister, who was essentially a de facto mother to her before her dad took her in. She was raised by them and also nursed. So essentially, she's more than just a big sister. That I know it's an honorific title, but she is essentially like the closest thing that Mao Mao had to a mother. And it evidences that maternal instinct too, that she wants to have a life beyond the brothel. She wants to potentially have a family of her own and to settle down. So I hope that she does get that, because it would be nice for her to have a life beyond merely being in the brothel and to be able to settle down with her prince. I just love the idea of them two together. They're so very sweet, and just Jinshi's jealousy and trying to suss out if there is something going on and feeling assured when he knows that it's not the case is just so funny. He's so down bad for her, it's unreal. I just love their little dynamic though, because she just doesn't understand why Jinshi would be so outraged by what she's doing. In her mind, it's entirely normal. She's assessing his body to make sure that it's suitable for her sister, because she knows what PAIRIN likes. And I mean, she also grew up somewhat in a brothel, so she's kind of used to this behavior. It doesn't phase her in the same way that it phases other people. So what's a shock to Jinshi isn't necessarily a shock to Mao Mao. But we now know that Laken is attempting to buy someone out, but it's not the three princesses, which is most likely going to be the courtesan in the annex. And he mentioned blue roses, and blue roses symbolize mystery, the unattainable, and uniqueness due to their historical non existence in nature. So there are no naturally occurring blue roses. They represent something that is hard to achieve or mysterious. In some traditions, a blue rose can be a symbol of a wish granted. Gifting a blue rose can signify that the recipient is unique and special. They can represent hope, especially when used for something new like a wedding, or hope in the face of adversity. They can represent love that is perhaps unattainable or unrequited, but can also symbolize deep affection. So I think it ties into a lot of these between Lakin and the courtesan in the annex, of their love not being attainable and them not being able to be together in the way that he would have liked them to have been. The mystery, which then ties into this courtesan being someone that we really don't know much about, other than the small little glimpses that we've received from Mao Mao. I just love this show so much. So yeah, we're learning more about the court dynamics, such as the previous Empress Dowager. She was definitely the one pulling the strings. I'm presuming she's dead, but there's no way of really knowing, because obviously we have the current Empress Dowager, who is the current emperor's mother, but she is Empress Dowager because her husband was the emperor and her husband died. So she takes the place of the previous Empress Dowager. But it doesn't say that she's categorically dead, but I'm going to presume that she possibly is. But it sounds as if maybe she was the true ruler of the country during her son's reign, because it all seems to tie back to her. It all seems to be things that she's commanded while her son is running around after literal children. She's the one that's running the country. Maybe that's her way of placating him, is allowing him to sink his enjoyment into children whilst she governs the country. She keeps him almost mollycoddled so that she can obtain the true power and authority. That's what it seems like. It seems like she had a lot of connections and a lot of authority and power. It's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic works. I think potentially the way that it could have been is that maybe her son came into power when he was quite young and she acted as regent. And then even when he became emperor, he was so dependent on her that she had the true power, that he was mainly just emperor in name alone and nothing more than that, that everything was the previous empress dowager. But then the previous emperor died, and perhaps she either died not long after the previous emperor died, or she was forced to leave because the current emperor maybe didn't want her around because he knew that she was manipulative and didn't trust her. Maybe this could all stem back to the previous Empress Dowager feeling spurned. That maybe she, if she's alive, is orchestrating to bring down her grandson because she despises the fact that she was banished and that she has no power or authority anymore. Maybe she feels slighted, and because of that, she wants to hit him where it hurts by taking away everything he knows and loves. If she's dead, then it doesn't really matter what I'm saying. If she's dead, then I think it is just maybe people close to her are vying for power and control and are hoping to gain influence by positioning people near the emperor so as to influence him, such as Lolan's dad, where he is hoping most likely that she'll become a trusted advisor and therefore he can whisper things to Lolan and Lolan can whisper things to the emperor and he can puppeteer the emperor that way, in the same way that the previous Empress Dowager puppeteered her own son to rule the country. So that could be his way of trying to rule the country too. But we shall see, because we don't know if she's dead or if she's alive. But I'm going to presume at this point in time she's most likely dead. I don't know. We shall see as the story progresses. But I think that's all I want to say for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this react, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below to help boost this video into the algorithm. And until next episode, bye!